Guys, welcome back to Vince Vale Customs, and today I'm sharing with you a Savage Land Rogue custom statue that I made out of the Sideshow Collectibles Red Sonja with a sword, or I think it's She-Devil with the sword, I forget. I think it's the second Red Sonja statue that Sideshow made, and I absolutely love this statue when it came out. I picked it up very cheap when it was released. I think I found it slightly damaged off of somebody, or I got it from a friend. I forget exactly where I got it. The idea was I was going to make a Power Girl statue for myself out of this statue because I absolutely loved it and I thought it would have been great. Power Girl walking through a street with some cracked road and maybe she's got like a car tire out of her hand or a banged up mailbox. I was going to do something like that. So I got the statue all prepped up. I took out all the Red Sonja armor. I got it all set up, and then I watched the San Diego Comic-Con, I think for, I don't know, was it 2017? I think the Power Girl statue came out. And I was actually blown away. It was actually a statue I've always wanted. It was a great statue. So I got my orders on that statue. And this statue collected dust for a long time. I didn't know what to do with it. So in the beginning of 2019, I was like, I really want to get this statue out of the house. And I really want to do something fun and different. So after going to the 2018 Jerseyfest show where they saw the clear resin bases that they made where you can see the water through, it started sparking ideas like I would love to make a waterfall base for a character. And then after working on all those garage kits of rogues that I did, Savage Land Rogues, I said, you know, it would be really cool if I could do some kind of a waterfall base with her walking over the water or through the water. So I started doing a lot of brainstorming, and then I just said, you know what, I'm going to start working on the figure, get the figure done, and then I'll think about the base throughout the whole process. So as you can see in the beginning of the video, I started working out the outfits. You know, I basically got her top outfit done. I really wanted to follow something different for Rogue. Now, I know a lot of the official Savage Land Rogue stuff in the comic book, she had like the green bra on underneath the yellow shirt. But I was going on like DeviantArt and ArtStation and different sites, and I saw a way a lot of other people would draw their rogues, and they would just have a yellow ripped shirt on top, and I liked that idea more. So I figured, let's just go with the yellow ripped shirt. I would sculpt it where it'll be ripped up a little bit more. You see a little bit more of the, you know, cleavage area. I put a metal bar over here so you can see the things coming around her shoulder like it's falling off a little bit. A lot more wrinkles. And I just wanted to make it torn and ripped up a little bit and really have some fun with it, because I figured, you know, if you were going to produce a statue like this, it would be impossible because of all the mold would go between everything. But making a one of a kind, you can add all these extra little elements and kind of get away with it, you know? So that's what I did with that. Then for her greens outfits and all the wraps, I wanted to add a little bit more wraps to it where you would actually see skin through it and it looks like it's tied in knots. So you could kind of see some areas that you see skin coming through. You can kind of see how it's kind of ripped and torn. Went a little bit more of a skimpier outfit on her, of course, because it's such a great sculpt. I mean, it's just beautiful. And of course, you know, it's the same thing like what they did with the Red Sonja, so I wanted to show as much as I could. You can see I did a little bit more wraps on the legs, you know, around the hands. So it looks like it's wrapped around her and it's tied up and, you know, as best as possible. So you can see a lot of that. For her wraps around here, you can see I just wanted to make it very messy. I wanted to figure that if she's in the jungle and she's just wrapping the stuff around her, whether she's cut because she's depowered in Savage Land, maybe these wraps are just kind of around these certain areas and they're just kind of worn and torn. So for the boots, what I did is sort of shave down the Red Sonja boots, and I kind of created these booties and made them like really wrinkly, and then I painted them, as you can see, really dark and muddy, because if she's walking through the jungle, I mean, it's going to be as dirty and muddy as possible. So that's kind of what I did with that. So let's get up a little bit closer so we can get you guys the booty shot. Yeah, it's always the most important thing. So you can see how that kind of, so you can see I just really wanted to have some fun with it, so I had a lot of wrinkles there and just ran with it. You could see the knots on her arm guards. So this hand here, you just see a nice little glove, where this hand over here, I did a lot of wraps around the wrist. So I just wanted to change things up as best as I could. You can see I sculpted the pouch. That is a sculpt, you know, I was thought about putting in other pouches and stuff, but that's kind of what I sculpted. Basically, it's a metal rod behind it that I glued in at the end. And then I actually added this rope around it. I actually made all these ropes. Now for her weapons, as you can see, let's see, we get a little bit closer, so you can see how these weapons kind of came out. I sculpted the spear I added the ropes around the hand. It is magnetized, and I added these little beads around it and stuff. And this is a real piece of wood that I kind of stained down and really kind of made worn and looked up. So I had some fun with that. So just got to go at a certain angle. So that's magnetized. I didn't want the spear to be too long. I think that my goal was to make sure that this spear actually fits around the base and it actually fits in the Besta. I didn't want the spear to go too long, and I couldn't really bend her wrist up higher for the spear to come up higher. I just wanted to make it look like it's a kind of, you know, like it's like right here at the tip of it and you can actually chuck it and it's not too long. That's kind of what I went with that. This hand here, I wanted to, since the red Sonja statue actually held like 2 swords or like 2 daggers, I forget exactly what they had. This hand was clenched, so I wanted to put something in this hand, but I didn't want to put another spear. So I decided, if she's in this jungle, maybe there's a bone that she kind of found, like an animal bone that she kind of chopped up and she made it to be like a weapon. So that's kind of what I came up with this idea. So it's just something random I came up with, just my own little take on it. So I figured it's like a bone. You know, there's a little bit of a notch here. She tied some stuff around there, little beads, just to kind of change some things up and have something different. Now, did she have this in the comics? No, but it's just my own little take on it. So, as far as her pieces of teeth that you can see around her, now those are actually beads I got at Michael's. They're really long beads, but I thought they were perfect like colors because they had this little like pearl into them. So what I did is I got these bead things that for a necklace, I forget what they were, and I shaved them down and I put like a little bit of a bigger hole around it, and I added rope around the piece. And then like this little piece right here, as you can see, it looks like it's tied around her waist, but what I did is I just notched it, so this can actually like come down here if you want it there, or it can come up around there. So that's kind of what I did with that thing. And then for a necklace, it's actually the same thing. So what I did is I shaved down those necklace pieces, and then what I did is I have a hole I drilled through there, and I had a hole drilled through here, so this is actually, as you can see, it's a real necklace and it's movable. So I shaved down those pieces and everything like that. Now, onto her hair. The hair was a little bit tricky. This is my second attempt at her hair. My first attempt, I did a really bushy look, and I tried to make it look like that 80s hair from the comics, and the problem is the attempt I did just came out horrible. It wasn't looking right. I sent it to a couple people. They're like, hey, it looks good. But I was like, it was one of those things in the back of my head. It's not right. I don't like it. So I ripped it off. I sanded it all down, and then I did this, and I think this worked out better. I took my time with this one. I did a little bit each night. And basically I wanted it to be where this is kind of wavy back here, you see the ear, and then I wanted to have the bands come down underneath here. Instead of it flowing between the hair back there, I saw a lot of DeviantArt stuff where they kind of had it underneath here like that, so I like that idea. I gave this hair straight down, and then I sculpted little parts up front where the short hair that's kind of puffy. So I try to get that Jim Lee look a little bit, but kind of do my own little take on it. Now, as far as all the paint work, it's I tried a little bit different paints. It's actually P3 paints with some Citadel paints. I wanted to try the P3 skins just to see how they come out. I really like them. They were really nice little color. Because Rogue is always wearing a full outfit. She's never really like in the sun because of her power. So you figure she's got that pale skin. So she's not going to be all tanned out and stuff. Basically, you know, a nice satin yellow top because I didn't want to look it too flat, a little bit shinier. You know, all the green is very dirty, worn outfit. The booties are very dirty booties and stuff. Now, as far as her base, I did make a video on how I built this base with the waterfall. If you guys really want to see all like the work in progress and how that came to be, I'm going to link it in the description. Check it out. It was a great learning experience. I really wanted to push the envelope with a water base, try something new, and just experiment. So the idea was I wanted her to be in the jungle. I wanted something like a waterfall or a stream. And I didn't want it to be too elaborate because you can make a beautiful water base. You could put her in the water and it could be a humongous base. But the problem is that's a lot of materials. It's very costly. It's time consuming. And the weight and being able to break down the statue would be almost impossible if she's actually in the water. If you have her stepping on rocks above the water, that would work. So that's sort of what I did with this one. So we'll get a little bit closer. So you can see this foot over here is stepping on a rock. And then that foot stepping on a rock. So if there's rocks in the middle of the stream, you can do the same thing. and everything. So yeah, so check out that video. You can see how I built out this base and everything. It was a lot of fun. I think it really has a lot more story to the character, at least in a different sense. You can see the back, the water kind of comes up to here, so it's kind of, if you were looking back here and stuff, you could kind of see that. It's kind of cut off. So that's my idea, being able to see the water. I took it from the Jerseyfest Smooth On table. The guys at Jerseyfest are amazing. That Smooth On, they show you a lot of their chemicals and products, and this is the type of stuff you can do. It's just costly, but you could get some really great Grail statues on your items. So that's pretty much my Savage Land Rogue statue. I mean, this is a nice, fun, one of a kind. It's a side project that I did on my own. I usually do these side projects and I sell them on my site. They usually fund more tools, more chemicals, products, maybe video equipment. So these are the type of things I do on my own that I think about myself, and I just kind of put them out there in the wild. So other than that, you know, just painted it up. We got the Archer Fine Transfer Detail eye decal because I'm bad with eyes. I didn't want to go crazy with a lot of makeup on her because she's in the jungle and she doesn't have all that stuff. So I tried to keep it as natural as I could, and I just ran with it. So it's just something a little bit different. Let me know what you guys think on this. Do you like this? Do you like to see more, you know, maybe elaborate bases like this that aren't too complex but actually tell you something of a story? Like I said, there's plenty of great statues out there that are amazing sculpts you can chop up and make different items. There's sometimes a lot of damaged stuff out there that you can bring back to life. So that's kind of a fun thing. One of the cool things about this is I actually made this helmet, Magneto helmet, from scratch. So that is actually something I came up with from scratch, and then I sunk it in the water. So what I'm going to do is, real quick, I'm going to take this camera off. It's going to be a little bit shaky. I just want to give you guys a better idea on how that looks on the side. So when you're looking on the side, you can see it's sunk into the water. I hit a little bit of blue dye into the water, so this way it wasn't completely see-through. So when you look there, you see it's sunk, but when you come up here, you can see all the clearness. And you can kind of see how I did the AK interactive water rippling. Like you can see the waterfall that comes around over there. And you can just see how I sculpted all this stuff. So that is the Savage Land Rogue statue. Let's get this camera back on. Sorry about that. So there you go. So let me know what you guys think. Like I say, it's something different. It was something that I just really wanted to attempt. I had a lot of fun. Great sculpt. If I could ever get my hands on another one of these Red Sonja statues, I'll try and make another character if I get a chance. If anyone out there, you know, you have a damaged one or a broken one and you're just sitting on it, once you take off that armor, Sideshow did an amazing job with this sculpt. It is a beautiful, beautiful statue, and I absolutely love it. So that's pretty much the Savage Land Rogue with the waterfall base. So let me know what you guys think. Give me some comments. Thanks for watching, and we will be back with some more videos.